Well, what about now, Keelan? Start out with a little money chat?
Yes, I like that idea. Let's do
All
some
right,
money
let's
chat.
do it. Okay, you're up.
Well, we're always so upbeat, Tina, and I wanted to talk about being sad today. And
Well, every sadness has happiness waiting on the other side. So,
See, I love you for that. What I mean by that is seasonal affective disorder, and it's so gloomy outside, and it's a seasonal depression, which can cause like being lethargic, and people can get grumpy in Seattle. And
I'm going to listen to what you have to say, and then I'm going to give my own personal tips.
Yeah, because you are
Maybe
special
I'm going to
in that
try
way.
off of your mind. I'm going to skip my money chat and just talk with you on yours.
I always do this to you, where you got to
Yeah,
swing
I
it a
know.
different way. But
Exactly.
if you live in Seattle at this latitude 47, everybody experiences it to a degree because we don't get enough sunshine and people get grumpy. So by December, the Pacific Northwest sees fewer than 8.5 hours of daylight per day. And I would kind of even argue that, because the reality is, I mean, we're in the office all the time. And I wake up, it's dark. I go to sleep, it's dark. So we don't get a lot of sunlight.
But we have beautiful window from almost floor to ceiling.
I would agree. It is beautiful, but it's all about the exposure to the sun. In other states,
Okay.
people are statistically happier because of that. But in fact, we just came out with this. Best Places just came out with a study that, and they did what's called a gloom index. So they did it by percentage of cloud cover, average hours of daylight, and days with precipitation. And guess who is number one?
Who?
Seattle, of course, followed by Portland. So we have, I mean, there's some ways you can combat that. And on the 19th is actually the gloomiest day of the year, Tuesday, coming up next week. It's like 72% chance of rain since 1945. So it's really kind of...
Victoria's over here cracking up.
I know, it's good stuff. It really is.
It's very good stuff.
But and then I went to the doctors. I'm low on vitamin D produced by the sun. So take your vitamin D supplements, people. And there's even like a UAV light that you can get that artificially produces sunlight. You can put it on your desk. There was some device, I don't know what it's called. It was on Shark Tank that somebody's getting rich and famous off of, that looks like all ergonomical and cool, that you can put on your desk, and it gives you artificial sunlight, which in turn makes you happy. Or you can take Tina's amazing advice. She's never sad ever. So
Well, I'm sad, but I embrace my sadness, and I go to my positive trigger points, and I can always get happy before I can even finish my thought of sadness. And here's what I have to say to that. I think it's all in the mind. I mean, it's all up in our own mind, and whether we're going to allow the weather to bring us down or not. There might be some scientific studies, and I don't want to take anything away from all of that stuff. But the reality is life is balanced, and I think we live in a beautiful place because it's balanced. We have all of the seasons. And so if you look at all the beautiful things, like I'm looking outside right now at the fog out there, but it has a nice different glow to it than what we would see on a bright day. And so it helps you to actually look at the beautiful trees because you're not looking at the beautiful sky because you can't see it. So it's bringing you down to other places. Get excited about the rain, the smell with the rain and the snow, the craziness and the chaos that comes with that. And, you know, sometimes if we have too much sun day after day in summer and we get that one rain day, I'm so excited.
Me too.
And when you get some rain and then that nice day comes, it brings that shift and that balance. So I do think it's a mindset and I was actually going to talk about setting up a great mindset for next year, 2000, but you'll have to listen to next week's show because I'm just chiming into what Keelan says. And, you know, my personal motto is live your dream now. And what that means is to embrace every second of your day. And through that process, you will have an extraordinary life. Well, embracing every second of the day is finding positive triggers, positive things that can put you in a good space. So think about in this weather, when it's dark or not as much light, what do you appreciate in that space that's different that you can't get in the sunny space? And then you'll look at it much differently. Last thing that I'll share is one of my personal core practices is embrace your day. And my quote that I wrote is wake up every morning waiting for all the surprises, watching for all the surprises that are waiting just for you, because when you watch for them, they show up everywhere, and what an amazing day it will be. So that's our money chat. Thanks, Keelan, for bringing that in. That was a good little conversation there.
Thanks for bringing it up.
Yeah. And coming up next on the Money Hour, we have photography powered by science, Sam Turkle Virtuance, right here on 1150 AM KKNW after this short break.